Hi, I'm Anya Taylor-Joy.
And I'm Chris Hemsworth.
And this is the Wired Autocomplete interview. Yeah.
Transformers, I did Optimus Prime.
No, you what? That's sick.
Bring me Shia LaBeouf.
Okay.
Where's Megan Fox? How was Anya Taylor-Joy discovered?
I was walking my dog and a car started chasing me and I picked up my dog straight up. So like at the time, my parents had been watching a lot of 24. And so in my head, when I was like walking down the street with my dog, I was like, maybe that car's chasing me, but maybe it's not. And then I picked up pace and the car did start chasing me. And then this guy stuck his head out the window and said, if you stop, you won't regret it. And I stopped and it was a modeling agency. But at the end of that conversation, they were like, never do that again.
Yeah, wow.
Don't know what the moral of the story is here, like definitely don't stop, but worked out for me.
Do, but don't. How good, oh no, how good.
Chris, you're too aggressive with it.
Did someone use some super glue?
You know, how
good is Anya Taylor-Joy at chess?
So I was quite good when we were filming. And then you know that short-term memory part of your brain where you store all the stuff that you're supposed to do for film and TV? I had to fill it with other things. So I filled it with Cranky Black and this and that and whatever, but I do want to get back into it.
We should have a chess game.
We
should. No, I used to play chess as a kid, but
really?
Not so much anymore. How does Anya Taylor-Joy cry on cue? Can you cry on cue?
I can cry on cue.
Wow.
I also had a nosebleed on cue once, which was really
On
crazy.
purpose?
It was supposed to happen in the scene, and then when it was supposed to happen in the scene, I had a nosebleed. Yeah, for real.
Wow.
It was really crazy. I once had somebody tell me that the best way to remember lines was to have the right thoughts. And if you're having the right thoughts, then the right thing to say would naturally come. And so I feel like when you're crying like that, it just naturally, the emotion takes you there.
So is it you have to think of something sad, or is it like
no,
physical?
It cannot
squeeze the
be.
tears out?
It cannot be about my own life. I made that mistake on my first movie. I spent the whole day like prepping for this really emotional scene, and I just thought of like terrible things for 7 hours straight, which was really not on camera. So by the time that the scene came around, I was like, I got nothing. So yeah, it has to be for the point of view of the character. But how about you? I'm curious.
Yes. I feel like so many years of trying to manipulate emotions that my body's like, nah.
Yeah,
It
not.
calls BS
Yeah.
every time I try and do it. So I hope the script gets me there and I hope it organically happens. But I also more concentrate on whatever the emotion is and whatever I'm trying to say or do in the scene rather than actually cry. How does Anya Taylor-Joy know Spanish?
It is my first language. So most of my family lives in Argentina. My mum is half English, half Spanish, born in Africa. I learned to speak English when I was 8 years old.
It's one of the main questions for me. How come Chris Hemsworth is so good at Spanish? Also just comes naturally.
All right, yeah, flip it.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn.
All
Is Chris Hemsworth the villain in Furiosa?
No, just kidding.
Well, I mean, to be...
Not in his own eyes.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I think he sort of justifies his actions through the lens of his version of how things are, and he believes he's doing what is appropriate and needed for his survival, for himself, but also for Furiosa and the people, the biker horde that he's responsible for. But yeah, he's not a nice guy.
Who is Chris Hemsworth? I'm gonna say, is it like related to? Who is Chris Hemsworth's best friend?
Besides you, I've got two guys I work with that I've known since I was 6 and 7, Zoki and Azza, who I think you would have met.
Yeah, I was gonna say your kids. You're a really great dad.
Kids. Let's do that one again in case they're watching. Oh, my kids, of course, and
Kids.
and my wife, Kids and my wife.
Yeah,
have always been my best friend.
When was Chris Hemsworth? Okay.
Yeah,
on Dancing
Dancing
with the Stars?
Yeah.
You're joking.
Don't be surprised. You've seen it.
Which? No, I haven't. I
She used
swear
to watch
to
it
God.
every day on set before
Which
a scene.
country?
Just to
Are there multiple
totally
countries?
lose respect for me.
Wait.
The Australian version, there's only 7 contestants.
Can I watch this?
There's only 10 people in the country.
Is that okay?
You can watch it.
Can I watch it?
Everyone else
What
can
was
as
your
well.
favorite kind of dance? Because there's like different cast. I've not seen it.
Samba.
But Samba. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And then the waltz. I was really bad, but
I'm really excited.
it gave me my finances to come to America.
It looks really scary, to be honest with you. Like, I can imagine it's quite like stressful to go and
Oh,
perform in front of a bunch of people.
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
It was also terrifying for you to watch, probably.
I
It's like a
won't.
car
I won't
crash.
tell you when
won't
I
be able to
watch
look
it.
away.
You'll
You'll
just
be like,
you'll
no.
show up, and I'll have a knowing look in my eye and be like, "Hi, Chris."
Yeah, 5th, I think.
That's good.
Everyone remembers 5th place. That was
That's
where I wanted
good.
to get. I didn't want to get any higher.
I believe it.
I didn't want to upset anyone else.
Yeah.
I felt for the other contestants. So it got to 5 and I was like, I'm going to intentionally screw this up.
Yeah. Who is Chris Hemsworth related to? I knew it would come up.
A lot of people. I have 2 brothers, Luke and Liam.
Your parents?
My parents, Tiani and Craig. My kids.
Your children?
Yeah, my kids. I've got cousins and grandparents. And this is a really wild question, this one. Back to the dancing question.
Back to the dancing. Okay, and so, au revoir.
Does Anya Taylor Joy?
Yes.
Do you
Oh
enjoy?
God, I don't know.
Do you enjoy?
Sing in Last Night in Soho. Yeah, I did. It was really fun. I got to sing it a cappella in the movie. Beautiful song called Downtown, and then Edgar had the mad idea to just like bring me in and have me record a bunch of stuff, and it was so much fun.
Anya Taylor Joy, Erita Furiosa.
What's the question?
Yeah, somebody had a question.
I will be playing her in a film that we are both in, coming out May 23rd or May 24th, depending on where you are.
That's right.
So yeah.
Anya Taylor Joy, Super Mario.
I'm also in that one, yeah. I'm Princess Peach.
Yes.
It was so much fun. I got to go to Universal Studios the other day and bring a bunch of my friends and family, and that was really, really fun.
Do you like doing the animation?
I do. It's hard work.
Yeah.
Like, I was really surprised. I think the first time I ever did animation, I threw up after the session because I'd just been screaming for like 7 hours.
Anya Taylor Joy,
Jack Black. I love him. I very rarely get starstruck, and he was just huge for me because I loved Tenacious D as a kid.
Yeah.
And so like I immediately just sang tribute at him, and he was very cool about it. I can't imagine someone coming up to me and just singing at me. And so I think he was a really good sport about it.
He's awesome.
I like him a lot.
Good.
Thank you. Are Chris Hemsworth eyes really that blue? Yeah. Yeah, they are. Where is Limitless Chris Hemsworth filmed?
Mostly in Australia, some in America, and then Norway.
I really want to go to Norway.
Yeah.
I really want to go there. Why is Chris Hemsworth not playing Thor anymore?
Because I'm playing Dementus in Furiosa.
Professional right there.
I've played Thor, what, eight times now, I think. Loved every second of it, and at the moment, enjoying doing other things, and who knows what the future holds.
Is Chris Hemsworth
going
to play Hulk Hogan? I'm fascinated.
So Todd Phillips and I were talking about this. He was going to direct it. I don't know where that's at, to be honest. I don't know. That's not in the immediate future, but it was a discussion for a little while. But, hey, brother. No.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
That's the same as Optimus Prime, wasn't it? Hey, here we go.
Final card.
Now, Anya Taylor-Joy. Who is Anya Taylor-Joy in Peaky Blinders?
In Peaky Blinders, I am a real piece of work named Gina Gray, and I get very weirdly embarrassed when people tell me that they really like me in Peaky Blinders because she's awful. I struggle watching me as Gina, so when people are like, oh, you're great in that show, I'm like, oh God, you've seen me be terrible to people.
Though. That show is
Thanks.
awesome.
It was really, really fun.
Yeah, here we go. What languages does Anya Taylor-Joy speak in The Northman?
Gosh, you're testing my memory here. We created a form of Old Slavic for me to be able to do spells and incantations in. And it was really fun, but also pretty crazy because you would show up to set and just be like screaming spells in a made-up language. But I remember Ralph Ineson, who did The Witch with me, he was also on the boat where I was like doing my big one. And I remember his eyes going like, oh shit, get out the way. And I was like, yes.
Yeah, cool.
I scared the big Yorkshire man.
Yeah, you guys have a good nod to the Nordic realm. I chose to just do an Australian accent with a bit of an English twang to it, because
works great.
They speak English in the clouds.
Yeah.
Is Anya Taylor-Joy? Oh, come off it,
dude. This is
I'm doing
not
it
your
this way.
game.
See?
In Dune 2. I am in Dune 2. And it was absolutely amazing. It was like probably one of the coolest shooting experiences I've ever had.
Really awesome.
Yeah, it was a skeleton crew, Denis and I in the dunes in Namibia, and it was awesome. I loved it.
Epic.
Thanks, love. Okay, what is Chris Hemsworth? Max Bench?
like bench press.
Max Bench.
Not very good, to be honest. As in, it's okay, but I don't.
I don't buy it.
No, because I don't do a lot of accumulation of movement. Just time under tension, you know. You had a lot of push-ups, 30, 40 keg dumbbells, 80, kind of my body weight, I guess.
What is Chris Hemsworth's favorite song? What's your favorite song, babe?
I would just go favorite album. How about Van Morrison, Poetic Champions?
Nice.
Yep. Or Jeff Buckley live at Chennai.
Wow. What?
The Teskey Brothers, Crying Shame.
Very
The
impressive.
Teskey Brothers, yeah.
Nice.
What's your favorite album?
I can't ever answer that question. It's like when someone says favorite film, I just get very deer in the headlights and go, and like rattle off something with animals in it. What tattoos does Chris Hemsworth have?
I've got a Dr. Seuss tattoo up here. My daughter, I used to read this book to her, Oh, the Places You'll Go.
I love that book.
And then I got the tattoo, and then I kind of got sick of the tattoo years later, and I started getting it removed. And then she's like, Dad, what are you doing? Where's he going? And I was like, I was gonna get it rubbed off. And she said, no, leave it. So it stayed there. These, my daughter drew. I was actually up with a friend one night. She woke up, it's like 11 o'clock. She said, Dad, I can't sleep. Sat on my lap and started drawing some things. And these were the things she drew.
That's beautiful.
And someone else who was sitting there was like, oh, do you know, that's the Wheel of Dharma. That's in Hindu, well, it means many things in different spaces, but the male and female union, initials of my family. And that's it.
Very nice. Okay, last one. What age did Chris Hemsworth start acting?
I think my first job I would have been 18 when I was in high school.
Yeah, same.
I did drama class, got kicked out of drama class a lot.
Why? What'd you do?
I just, couldn't sit still, and I just wanted to play. I wanted to have fun. Anyway, then when I finished school, I did an acting course and started auditioning and got my first job. I played King Arthur. I was basically an extra, and this like red wig, and I didn't have any dialogue, but I was King Arthur.
But you wore a crown.
I wore a crown and a long wig.
Sick. All right, I think that's us done. Woohoo! I have Googled myself, but it is never a good idea. I sort of operate with, someone will tell me if I need to know.
And then you try not to read the reviews and things, and someone goes, it's often my dad too. I'm like, Dad, I don't want to know. I don't have to say, oh, could you believe what they said?
Yeah, but that's
like,
Dad's, yeah.
So if you're watching, Dad, stop it.